Hello guys, this is Al again. I am recording another video regarding the season of interview for residency, and I wanted to focus the other video. I will focus on the Skype interview. Today I wanted to focus also on the on-site interview and give you some suggestion and advice that happened to me and I think is very important. The first of all is really the behavior, as I before also mentioned, your behavior at the day of interview with all of the people, especially the admin, which is really important. Because I remember one of the interview that went, one of the applicants really had a very bad uh, discussion with one of the admin she was a coordinator of the residency, and imagine that this happened to that person, and you don't want it to be that person because that is immediate red flag because they don't want it to deal with such kind of behavior. And even you're right and you're stressed, you always wanted to be control yourself and be nice to everybody and be nice to other applicants too, because they wanted to also get matched and then have a wonderful career. Therefore, this is super important that you should do. Another thing that it was really helpful for me, especially when you go to the interviews that they are 3 years program, they are they want to, that the research involves something beside of the clinic. Therefore, this part, what you wanted to do is have a binder, like a covered binder nicely, because you wanted to research the faculty member, and sometimes you wanted to write down what kind of research activity they had, and sometimes it's overwhelming. But having a couple papers that you write down something about one of the topics that you studied, like Professor A, Professor B, Professor C. Imagine that they have like a 5 to 10 faculty. Therefore, it's hard sometimes to have everything in mind. But if you have a folder, just because every place that you go, you have like a 1 or 2 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes for the next room that you go for your interview. Therefore, you can write down in this piece of papers like what kind of research this person does, and then right before you're entering the room, you can just look at the paper and say, okay, this person was doing some, you know, image registration or image segmentation, and this is his interest is. Therefore, this is immediately refresh your mind that, okay, beside that, everything that I should talk and I prepared for my interview, I should look when the person asks me the question, how I can change the route of the interview to the way that I want, because it's all about you. You wanted to impress the person. I mean, at the same time, they want to sell you the program too, but you want to sell yourself too. And you don't have that much of time. Therefore, this is the best thing that it can happen. That you have this binder and helps you just right before going to the interview inside of the room, have talk about these things. The number two that I talk in the Skype, that sometimes it happens that you have a panels of the interviewers. Therefore, you enter the room, there are more than two people even sitting, and they wanted to interview you. Therefore, remember, always even impressing one of these interviewers or judges that they are in the same room, it helps you. It's like a winner card, because that person really can have a positive word for you after your interview. Like if something even negative came, for example, you have 3 person, one of this, you had a really nice impact and you answered his question very well. He can, after the meeting, he can talk positive about you. Say, no, this person is good. He was right on the topic. Therefore, you want to always have at least one impact in one of the interviewers that can vote for you. And if something negative was there, it can neutralize it for you. Therefore, never underestimate the impact in each person when you are having interview with, which is, I think, is very, very important. Uh, Another thing that I wanted to mention, and it happened to me, unfortunately. Remember, when you go to the interview, you are excited, and beside, you are looking at the Google Doc and see how many interview is gone, and then you got, for example, you got Institute A, and then Institute B, C, and D. They give you an interview. No. Therefore, imagine that you're in the break room with the other applicants, and now you're talking about, oh, did that place B gave you interview? How was it? Or are you gonna go there? What are you gonna do? Therefore, this thing it happens sometimes. You unconsciously talk about it, but it's very important always to be patient and remember, just focus one at a time on your interviews, because often happens also we are not aware, we don't think around us, and we went to the first one interview and we were talking in the break room or when we are with the other applicants about the other interview. Oh, did you get this interview? And then shows that you are not fully focused on the place that right now you got it, and you might not have 100% interest on that place. Or you might already gone to another interview and then you're reciting your interview with the other person that might be coming with the interview. Therefore, this is I wanted to share with you. It's just very important. Always be mindful, please, and then just be careful about this thing. You don't want it to show the people, because the admin comes and because they come and check on you to bring you for the next interview, and they're always hearing you. Therefore, be mindful about this. One thing that also happened to me that was nice, and was not nice actually, was I went to one of the institute for the interview, and basically the other two, we were the last day of the last group of the interviewees. Therefore, we were just 3 people, and or more than 3 people, and then we know each other from the other interviews, and then I felt comfortable, or the other person also felt comfortable, and they talk about, oh, that day that we went, the director of residency was not there. Therefore, we were afraid that the person actually that was director was not there, that how they're going to rank us if the director of residency is not there. Therefore, apparently, one of us that we understood in the other interview, he went exactly and reflected our opinion as like a group concern to the chair, the chief of the physics, and also to the other faculties. Therefore, that was not nice, because he put us in a situation that was not in our favor. Therefore, also be mindful. Beside that, you wanted to be kind to all of the applicants like yourself. Please also make sure that don't give any opinion about any person during your interview to any of the applicants, because you never wanted these things happen to you, and the place that might rank you super high doesn't rank you as the way that you wanted. Therefore, I definitely suggest each place that you go, be mindful about interaction with the other applicants too, that this thing doesn't happen. Another thing that I wanted to mention also is about writing the thank you letter. Therefore, in a Skype interview, I said that you can ask a nice question like, what is the character of your next resident? And you wanted that person has it as your favorite next residence. And then you don't want it to send a generic email, because one time it happened to me that I went to the interview somewhere and I wrote the same style. Even I changed it. It was not super generic, but I sent it to everybody of the faculty that they interviewed me. And I just changed the name of the faculty or the interviewers. And it ended up that they were exchanging the email with each other. And then I got an email. I understood, oh, they were passing our thank you letter because they were deciding which of the candidate was their favorite. Therefore, also be mindful if you're writing a thank you letter, don't repeat the same, or don't send the same thank you letter that you sent to the professor or faculty number one to the faculty number two, and just change like me. This is what I did. And it was completely mistake. And I tried to not do it after that. Since then that it happened to me, I didn't do this. Therefore, this is another thing that you wanted to have in your thought, that doesn't happen to you, because it doesn't have a good impact, and especially for your ranking. And then I just want to end this video and thank you for watching my videos, and please subscribe for the channel, write us a comment, and give us thumbs up. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.